live yet?
Welcome to the Two Guys Show on the EdReach Network, giving educators a big voice. This is episode number 13 on November 19th, 2003. I am one of your co-hosts, Drew Minnock. You can find me at TechMinnock on Twitter. And you can check us out on our blog, twoguysandsomeiPads.com. And my other co-host.
Really?
I think that's 2 weeks in a row I've done that.
2 weeks in a row. You're hosting. I'm a horse now.
I must not think highly of you or anything.
Apparently. Jeez, man.
My co-host, as always.
How you doing? I'm Brad Wade. Nice to see everyone tonight on the EdReach Network. Thank you for joining the Two Guys Show with us tonight, episode 13. We have Heath Mitchell with us tonight. He is one of the creators and co-founders of Mitchlehan Media. Heath, nice to see you tonight. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Well, glad to have you. You're a friend of the show. You know how the show works. You're going to join us for all the segments. We'll go into our regular interview, and then we'll go into the other segments and just kind of hear everything you got going on. So nice to have you. For everyone joining us, I am Tech Brad Wade. You can find me on Twitter. You can also find us on Instagram at Two Guys Some iPads. And you heard how to get a hold of Drew and our blog. At the end of the show, we'll get Heath's contact information out, and you can follow him, check out what they're doing. So here's how we're going to start. We're going to just kind of talk a little bit. We're going to want to find out something that was going on in Twitter or social media this week from everybody. So, Drew, why don't you start, and then Heath can go, and then I'll wrap up. Something that happened on Twitter this week.
Do you want to talk about things going on Twitter, or are we going to hold shout-outs till later? Is that what we're planning on doing here?
You know what? Well, I'm going to say something that would happen on Twitter, but you want to do that at the
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I'll go ahead and start it off.
Just give us something that went down.
All right. A lot of people that follow us on Twitter, follow me mainly, might notice I've been tweeting a lot about helping out a family in our local area. We have a family whose father is a quadriplegic, and he loved photography. He used to just love taking pictures and photography, and now he's not able to do that. So he went to a Google Glass event that was in Detroit last weekend, and was able, for the first time in a very long time, take a picture using Google Glass. And I have goosebumps like talking about, you know. He's been invited to be a Google Glass Explorer, but as everybody knows, being an Explorer is not cheap. It is $1,500 just for the glasses alone, and then just other expenses that come with it. So I've been tweeting a lot about a link to help fund this project and to kind of help the family get Google Glass, because it's more than just someone getting a piece of technology. You know, like if Brad or I or Heath were to get Google Glass, you know, the way we would use it, but it would actually completely change this man's life. So please go to the link that is underneath our the video here on our blog, or go to our blog. It's in the top left corner, and just click to donate. We've raised almost $1,900, almost $2,000 in the last 48 hours.
Yeah,
and we're almost there. Only need $500 more. So please, please, please donate anything that you can. And if you cannot donate, please retweet the link, share it out. Anything you guys can do to help the family out would be unbelievable. So that's what I have to share about Twitter.
Well, you know, Drew, I'll tag on that real quick. I do have something else to share, but like Drew said, this is an opportunity for everyone in our networks and our reach to share and reach out to everyone in your personal learning network and everybody in your reach and try to help out this family. As Drew said, this is not just a piece of technology to bring into the classroom or something. This is actually to help someone's life. Someone who loved photography now is unable to do it, but can still other things mentally. And so with a pair of Google Glass, it can really reach him at the heart of what he loves to do. So we encourage everyone to visit our blog, check out the family. Please donate anything you can. And as Drew said, if you cannot donate, please share the link and information, because we'd really love to see the power of the people supporting a great cause like this. So thanks, Drew. I'm glad you brought that up. Really appreciate it. So, all right, so Heath, I know that's kind of hard to follow, but
I know. Mine's going to sound a little self-serving after that, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
No,
don't worry. This is usually a self-serving type of show, so you don't worry about it.
yeah. So go ahead and share something. With us.
I get a lot of I signed up for a Twitter alert website. It's called Twialerts, and so it notifies me anytime anybody mentions AR flashcards or augmented reality or whatever I like my interest, you know.
Right.
And I saw this awesome tweet from, I'm gonna butcher it, at KL Bavier. I can't. Karen Wright.
Karen Bob. Yeah, in New Mexico, I believe, or Texas, El Paso.
Texas. Yeah. Well, she tweeted out this awesome video.
Yes, she did. Yep.
Yes, about how to use AR flashcards in the classroom, and it was just fantastic. And seeing it, her ideas on how to use it, I just loved it. It was awesome. So that was probably the best thing I saw on Twitter this week. That was a little self-serving. I can't really follow Drew's there. That's
No, that's not self-serving because really
that's what the show's about.
Something that you guys have developed that has really brought a new way of learning for kids who have trouble learning letter recognition or who are interested in the solar system and things like that. So it's really it's talking about something that really can help a lot of kids, worldwide learn in a different way, that they couldn't learn before. So really I wouldn't say it's self-serving. It's a powerful tool.
Yeah. And the way I never thought of the ideas that she had, in that video, so I thought that was pretty cool.
That is awesome. That is definitely awesome.
Yeah, I saw that and I retweeted that and shared that because I remember that. That was really good. So awesome. Well, thanks. So it's funny. I have kind of a funny story to tell. The big joke in my family is if you really want to get a hold of me, use Twitter. Even though I've got my phone, you can call me. You can text me, whatever. But my kids have tweeted me and stuff like that, and I've shared that before. Well. Last week I was just kind of hanging around at the house, and also my brother Craig down in Alabama tweets me, and it's funny because he tweeted me. Of course I saw it right away because he'll call, leave me a message and stuff. But he tweeted me and said, "Hey, my book's up in the iBook store." So for those of you who don't know, yeah, this is really cool. My brother is he's a children's book author. This is his fourth book. He has a really cool series called Mads. The book in iBook store is called Relative Pirate. So if somebody wants to check out a pretty cool read in the iBook store, it's called Relative Pirate. And the cool thing is my kids are mentioned in there, and it's a lot of it's inspired from all of my nephews and my nieces. A lot of this is inspired from stories he has seen with them, and there's actually things in the books from our childhood. My brother Craig used to just terrify me because I'm the youngest, and he's the middle brother. And as this show goes on over the next year or two, you'll hear some stories. But he was a good brother, but boy, he did the big brother thing. So he used to just he made me cry on more than one occasion. He thought that was like,
oh, Brad, that makes me laugh.
So, but anyways, if somebody wants to check that out, it's called Relative Pirate. I'd love to see what you think about it and get feedback.
Yeah,
so,
see if you can find the link and tweet that out sometime tonight, Brad. That'd be cool.
All right, okay, I'll do that. So yeah, so that was it. But so check that out. That was funny because my brother, who's not even on Twitter, he actually does have a Twitter handle. I don't know what it is. He's Craig Wade, but I think he's an egg. I'm not sure. He's learning.
Oh, an egg.
But Drew, I don't know if you've noticed, my mom is tweeting a lot these days, and
your mom is rocking Twitter.
Oh my God, it's crazy. Did you see the tweet I put out today when I was talking to her on the phone at Target? I had to do a
I did, and someone tweeted out, Tech Brad Wade's, Terry, of course, Terry Eichholz, still has his beard.
I do. I know, isn't that funny? This is unlike me, but No Shave November. I got the idea from my 17-year-old. He's growing some whiskers. I'm like, Keegan, what are you doing? He's like, his girlfriend's like, it's No Shave November. I'm like, got it. So anyway, so if people don't know, this is an awareness for prostate cancer. No Shave November. I will be shaving, and we'll talk about that announcement later in the show. So, all right, now that we've got a lot of fun formalities and stories, we've already taken care of them. Let's officially get started with you, Heath. So people know you in the Twitter world with AR flashcards. They know people are familiar with the app. They know what we think of the app. We love it. We've chatted with you guys on many occasions. But for people who are listening to this maybe at a later date or just joining us for the first time with you, can you kind of tell us who you are, what you're involved with, and just kind of give us a little, couple-minute background story on you so we can bring our viewers up to date?
Sure, yeah. My name is Heath Mitchell. I'm the, CEO of Mitchlehan Media, LLC. I don't know. We're a four-man team, or a four-person team, I should say. I don't think our 3D artist Jesse would appreciate man, maybe, but four-person team. We love technology. First of all, that's what got us together. My best friend, he's the co-founder, Dave. He came to me with augmented reality. I guess it was 2011, and I didn't really know what it was. I was unsure what augmented reality was, and he was showing me a few different apps out there. And he said he had this idea. It was his idea. He thought, let's create some kind of kids app that could help with education, because we both have 5-year-olds. And my son especially, he's got a developmental delay, so he has some issues with trying to learn the alphabet in traditional ways. So and I immediately thought about flashcards, because we were using a marker-based AR, and we thought, one of the worst things learning with is flashcards. I hated it growing up, hated it all throughout high school, everywhere. So I thought, how can we make it more fun? So that's where that idea kind of came from, and that's where we started. So that's where it came from, and yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, Heath, we discovered your app right as we were starting to do everything, and you know how we feel about it. We love it, and we talk about it every chance we get because we've seen the power. Yep. And Drew personally, Heath, a long time ago, Drew personally went down to kindergarten teachers in our building and said, look, you got to check this out. So Drew, why don't you give a quick little tell them what you did and what the response was.
Yeah, when we first discovered these, we printed out more than one. Multiple sets, and started. We played with them for our own enjoyment, and the fact that I think, for me anyway, the fact that you have kids as the voice of the cards, it sells me. And there's certain individual cards, of course, that are by far my favorites, and we'll get to that. But we printed them out and we took them down to the kindergarten classrooms and just really encouraged the teachers to give them a try. And they came back with great response. That the kids were just absolutely engaged. They just wanted to sit there and play with them the whole entire time. And then we also gave them to our ESL teacher to practice, letter recognition, things like that with ESL students that we have in our school, which she said was a big hit as well. So it's just the power of AR. It's just a different way to learn, like he said, and we've seen it in our early childhood rooms, and we've talked about it a lot. We love them. They're a blast.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Drew, why don't you tell them one of your favorites?
Oh man, I'll tell you what. For the alphabet flashcards, it's not any. It's the Velociraptor.
I know it's the
that kid that says Velociraptor is awesome.
That's Dave's son.
That kid is awesome. Is he the same one that says Jupiter?
No, that's my son. I'm like, he's kind of butchering some of these words, but I thought they were so cute.
It was Jupiter. It is the best planet one. It's not even close. I love. It's like the only one I show.
It was hard to control his enthusiasm while trying to say the words, so he'd be like, Jupiter! I think that may have been his favorite one to say over and over again.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. I don't know if he's still awake, but you might need to go get him and have him say it for us before the show's over, because it would totally make my night.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh my gosh, I love that one.
I have seen Drew. We've done these presentations many times, and when Drew is on his soapbox and it's like one person that he's really showing, he gets Velociraptor and he gets Jupiter, and I've seen it so many times. I know that's exactly where the story's going, and I know that's how he ends it. It's just like, you got it. This is the best. Listen, Jupiter. It's great. So for those of you who just joined us, we're with Heath Mitchell, the CEO of Mitchlehan Media. He's the creator of AR flashcards, but also we're referencing AR space, flashcard space. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your involvement going from flashcards to space?
Well, firstly, I forgot to give the background on our company name, Mitchlehan, because a lot of people don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
And,
Is it Mitchlehan?
it's Mitchlehan.
Mitchlehan.
It's my last
Mitchlehan.
name is Mitchell. Co-founder's last name is Callahan. So we put it together. And we're not very creative, obviously. But we thought, what would make a spin on it? Let's make it sound like it's French and put like Mitchla instead of should be Mitchlehan. So it was Mitchlehan. So we thought we'd get a little French accent spin on it.
I like it.
Nice.
But most people
like
do
it
say
too.
Mitchlehan. So, but anyway, space. I don't know. Space is my favorite subject probably. That came from me. I really wanted to do space before we moved to anything else. I've just always been, enamored by looking up at the night sky. And one of my first, I guess, AR. I didn't even realize it was AR at the time because I didn't even know, the terminology when I first got my iPad. But one of those, apps that you'd hold up to the sky and see all the different constellations and planets. The geo-based AR,
Yep.
which is awesome. I love that. And I thought, let's have those cool. And Jesse, our 3D artist, came up with these really cool planet models. And we didn't want to be like you guys are doing a more realistic kind of look on your guys' app that you guys have coming out soon. And we wanted to do like her art style is more for like a kid type audience. And we really loved how
absolutely.
she had that. And when I saw that, I loved it. And I loved the cards that our graphic designer came up with.
Yeah, they're cool. I like
They
them.
went through a lot of drafts. I even posted some a little too early before I realized we had to test them first to see if the contrast was right because we were having issues with
Right.
different planets popping up all over the place. But yeah, I don't know. I love space. I just love it.
You
And
know,
we called it space because instead of just solar system, because we do want to add more stuff to it. I'd love to see like a card pack with like phases of a star or something like that. Some other different cool things that we'd love to add in there.
hey Heath, it's
Absolutely. I think that was good that you did that too.
I wanna tell a little story about like when Drew brings in the cards to me and he shows them. The cool thing is, for sake of convenience, they're printed on one card. He's got like 4 on one piece of paper, and he hasn't cut them. Well, it's funny. I love it, and it makes me laugh every time I see it. He'll bring the iPad up, and you can get the solar system and the other planets where they all pop up, and it looks like they're all smashed together. Look like a bunch of gumballs stuck together. It's so awesome. It's obviously not the way you'd want to demo it, but I love
Right.
how it interacts. It's just it looks awesome. So
My favorite card for that one is the one with the whole solar system. I
yeah, totally.
awesome.
I agree.
That one is awesome. I
Especially
totally
because
agree.
you can really zoom in on there and like zero in on one planet and then come back all the way out. And it's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
You really can. It triggers well, and then
And that's a credit
I'll never
to
forget.
that's a credit to Vuforia, which is what we use for our AR Vuforia, Qualcomm's
Yep.
Vuforia.
Yep.
They do an
Yep.
awesome
Yeah,
job.
Qualcomm. From what I hear and talking to a lot of people, that seems to be one of the best platforms out there for augmented reality.
Yeah.
Would you agree? Have you guys kind of played around with different
Yeah.
platforms? Have
Well,
you stuck with that one?
The original version of AR flashcards was using string, powered by string.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's great too, but they charge you quite a lot for their license, so we couldn't afford to continue on with that. So Vuforia is a lot more developer friendly, indie developer friendly. It's a lot cheaper, it's free. So this is the
Yeah.
best kind of price.
Absolutely. Right.
Right.
And they have a great support group and like great forums on their website. It's really good group on there. So I love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now I had a question and I totally lost it.
Oh, I've got one. So
Good.
well,
I had it on the tip of my tongue. I lost it. So go ahead. It'll come back to me.
So Heath, so let's just if somebody out there is watching and they're interested, in maybe taking a stab at some type of 3D modeling or creating an app, just big picture, what are just a couple pieces of advice that you could give to someone who's thinking about doing something like that in the future? Not like
Absolutely.
just a general building an app. What are some of the things you've got your initial one out? You did that. That was probably, where you had to learn a lot of your lessons. You've put a second one out. We know we're going to talk about the future with you, but like now that you've got a couple under your belt, you've been through the process, the development, looking through it, testing, get it in the store and out. What are a few of the things that maybe you could share with somebody listening or somebody watching the show that might just be good basic pieces of information or advice for somebody?
Well, the biggest thing in hindsight, I'd say, is to have we had a small beta group, I guess probably like 5 to 10 people, and I think like in the future I want to have a much larger, I mean you can have up to, I think it's 100 devices on your Apple developer account that you can, legally spread out to beta testers, so I'd like to actually utilize all those spaces in the future. And I think that'd be a great thing. Just test, because we learned a lot of things which we would have done it right the first time. Like our very first, I don't know if you guys even downloaded 1.0 at the time, but the UI was ugly. we thought we could just do the UI, and we're not graphic designers at all. And then it was ugly. And I tried to tell my co-founder that, and then eventually we saw one person left a review on the App Store that said "ugly app." That was their only review, and I was like, I told you.
It's straight to the point.
I would say spend money or find a great person, a graphic designer that can help you make it look more, professional. And I think 2.0 was way better looking. So that's what I would say. Make sure your design looks really good. You don't want to put something out there that looks cheap, I guess. There's a lot of there's a lot of app makers out there that you can go find on the internet and design your own app without any coding. But they kind of look cheap if you don't take the time to use graphics or whatever else. And we develop in Unity 3D, which is typically for games. Gaming is very powerful. They're about to support PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, all that. But we used it for AR because that's what Vuforia used, and String also uses that. You could also use Vuforia through Xcode as well if you don't want to use Unity. We like Unity because it's much more visual.
Right.
So you can, you plug your models in there and you can see what you're doing as you're going. And there's still a lot of coding, but they have a lot more flexibility with your coding. So you can use like JavaScript, which is a little bit easier to learn, than like Objective-C or whatever. We use kind of a combination. And I also say, like, even if you're not like the best coder, there are some great websites to go on there and just learning. If you don't, if you can't afford to go to school and learn, like I'm telling you, just Google it. You'll find so many great resources out there that will teach you how to code. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but there are some out there.
Well, we've got a couple. I mean, we've got, Code.org has the Hour of Code that's coming up. We're going to push to, get every student in the United States, I believe, to do an hour of coding during Computer Science Week, which is, I believe, the second week of December. And I know we have our school signed up for it. Brad and I both have signed up our classes individually for an hour of code. And that's where, initially we got the CargoBot app, which we are so passionate about because we've seen how that can transform learning in the classroom as well. So they've got a lot of great resources on there and lesson plans. Even if you're are in a school system where you do not have tech, they give you different activities, like hands-on manipulative activities that you can do to teach coding, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah. And Vuforia itself, they have great, like I said, great forums on there with samples of code for code. Unity has a great Unity Answers, I think is the website, and they have so many code examples. Like, you really could piece together a lot of stuff on there. And what's cool about Unity, wasn't cool when we started, was you had to pay for a pro membership to get the iOS and Android add-ons. Now it's free for the basic, which we did use for space. So all you have to have is a splash screen on there, which is no big deal. It's powered by Unity. That's no big deal. And then, but there are some limitations there, but it's not really affecting us because we don't use it for the gaming platform. But there's also a subscription service that they just offered now for Unity 3D, which is awesome for indie developers that want to get into the gaming, because that's an expensive program, and the fact that they're doing that now is really awesome, so that more people can get their hands on it and start making stuff. And like I said, it supports everything: Windows 8, Android, even BlackBerry, Xbox.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You can develop with the Xbox Connect. My friend Dave's been doing some of that stuff on the side, which is amazing. But
That's sweet.
He does it his job, so I don't think we can use it. But
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I got a question. What's with that? How did you guys go with the monkey?
Well, at first the mascot on the first version was the owl, because the owl's my favorite. But then his was the monkey, and when we did 2.0, we just went with the monkey. I don't know. And the monkey's gonna take a bigger role in our next content that we have coming out. But Jesse, actually, our 3D artist, named him Og Monkey. So like kind of like augmented, but monkey.
Yeah.
Nice.
But didn't you scoop that out on Instagram?
I did scoop that out on Instagram.
You know what? See, I noticed. I saw that because I saw the couple screenshots, a couple pictures you sent up because you know, you're in my feed, and I know we go back and forth. I see a lot of the pictures of the kids and stuff like that. And I saw Og Monkey, and I'm like, Og Monkey. So then I read more about it and stuff. So
yeah, I thought she said it sounds like augmented, but it's an Og Monkey. And I was like, I love it. And then we call him Augie for short. So.
Augie, that's awesome. So if you're not, also we're gonna give you information to follow Heath and Mitchlehan Studios for Instagram and everything else later on the show. But anyways,
Absolutely. I just had a question on if I'm cold and if my heater is broken. No, I'm not. I'm actually kind of warm right now, but I'm representing my alma mater, Eastern Michigan, the College of Education.
Mine too.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
go Eagles.
Yeah, I was there a long time ago.
A lot longer ago. Or
I think Drew was in 6th grade.
That's even a sentence.
You know, I think I was finishing my degree, and Drew came as a field trip, and I saw some little kid over there, and I'm like, hey, kid, get back on the bus. You know, maybe later, Diego. I don't know. So,
go play with Pokemon, right?
Oh, hey, I said I wasn't going to bring anything up tonight. So, yes, those of you who have forgotten, Drew loves Pokemon. Make sure you tweet a lot about them. Terry was even saying tonight, you know, that he's going to get a picture with his Pokemon shirt in front of the White House. So, awesome stuff. For those of you who just joined us on the EdReach Network, thank you for joining the Two Guys Show. We're with Heath Mitchell, CEO of Mitchlehan Studios. We were talking about AR flashcards, AR space, and some of the creative process that went behind that. This is an amazing app. We encourage you to check it out and download it. You will see an amazing engagement from kids that use this. We stand behind it. We love it. So thank you for joining us, Heath. Drew, any other questions you got from about this current topic that we're talking about before we move on to maybe some news, maybe to move on to AR Corner and let Heath share some more information with us? Yeah.
Do you guys have any other apps that are not augmented reality?
No, those are our only 2 apps. I have some apps that I've made on the side that kind of helped me get into making apps that I had been doing for a while. That's kind of why Dave brought that to me, his idea, because I had already been working on some apps. They're just, I'm from St. Louis. I'm a huge Cardinals fan. So I have a St. Louis Cardinals fan app that I run. That's kind of like my passion there. I love that.
Don't you have another one that lets you create baseball cards?
No, but that is a awesome app. No, it's not my. I wish. I might be rich if that was my app. I don't know. But no, that's another St. Louis. Yeah, that's another St. Louis developer. I forget his name. But
I swear I thought that was you guys. Isn't that on the webpage with your St. Louis Cardinals fan app?
No, that's not mine. I wish it was. But it's an awesome app. It's another.
That's cool. I have it on my phone. It's fun. I swore that was you.
No, I wish, but yeah.
Well, let's just pretend.
That's a great app. Well, it's a great app. You can order the cards and they'll ship it to you in a nice wax paper, old school baseball card package, which is pretty cool. It was a brilliant idea.
They are. Yeah. They're cool.
Have you gotten any printed?
I have not.
Yeah, I'd like to. Some people are using them for like business cards and whatever else.
We've definitely augmented business cards. I had a friend I was up at the pool this summer. He's an attorney, and I'd already told him in the past something we could do. So he went home and got a business card, and I did a little on a 1-minute video with him and just augmented his card right there, and he's been using it ever since at his firm, which was really cool. So
That's awesome.
the business card, all that stuff is definitely a nice natural next step for people to augment. But all right, so hey, let's move on to AR Corner, because I know we have some, and all of this is going to be AR Corner this week, so we're talking about augmented reality. But Heath, why don't you share something with us? I know you guys over there at the studios, you guys got some new thing going on that you've been working on, and you're getting pretty close, and you kind of want to share something with us. So what do you got in mind?
Well, I actually got two things I'd like to talk about. Firstly, is to the original Animal Alphabet. We got an update we're working on. We've gotten a lot of great feedback. It was actually kind of referenced in that video we were talking about earlier on Twitter, where she, I don't know if you noticed when you watch it, but she writes the letter on the bottom of the card so that the students can still see what the letter is, because we've gotten a lot of feedback. The animals are great, but it covers up the letter, so how do they recognize the letter while they're trying to do it? So I had this great idea of having a button swap in there. So you tap the button, and it'll swap it out to a model of the letter. So that could help out the... Yeah, so I was thinking that'd be a great idea to help with that little aspect, because obviously you don't want them to lose sight of what they're trying to learn.
Right.
So, and that's great. That's Twitter right there. That's Twitter power right there of giving us that feedback. And also we have an update. So the AR flashcard space, one of the greatest feedbacks we usually get from it is that people love the space facts button.
Yep.
So we want to do that with the animals, so you can actually get a little animal knowledge too. So we'll have a little cool, interesting fact when you push the button about each animal. We thought that would be cool as well. So that's just a minor update we're working on for the Animal Alphabet. But the big news is we're working on, there's all kinds of ideas you can have for flashcards, right? So we're thinking, what would be one that'd be like? You probably wonder, how would you do it? Like colors and shapes, right? Is what we want to do. Colors and shapes. And we're working on it right now. I have a little visual aid.
Ooh.
Right on.
Now this is a rough draft of the cards, so we're going to do colors and shapes, and we're going to do it around a circus theme. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this.
Oh, all right.
So this is that's Augie right there.
Dude, that is awesome.
Those look sweet.
Yeah, that's a Pentagon.
Yeah.
And he's on. I had to look at. He's on a unicycle there.
I love it.
And then over here we got another example. That's the square, right? Yep, square. And he's kind of slightly juggling those. That look pretty cool.
That looks awesome.
Dude, those markers are awesome. They're
like I said, it's rough because we haven't tested them yet to see how they'll track, but it'll be in that kind of, that vein, that circus vein. And then this is the one I Instagrammed out of Ogmonkey there. Yep. She developed a awesome 3D model where he's not just sitting down like he is in the original app there. So what's cool is all the models are done, but what she's going to do is animate all those so that each card that you hold up, it will be a short little animation of the circus act that they're doing. Mm-hmm. And then, it'll end and it'll have the ta-da, like in the shape, and then you'll be able to tap it and hear what shape it is. And then what's cool, on the top of the screen, you'll have 6 colors, your red, blue, yellow, green, orange, and violet, right? Is that 6? Mm-hmm. And when you tap each color, it'll say the color name, but it will also change the color of the shape.
Awesome.
With it. So that's kind of what we're going with right now, and it's pretty cool. And we are pretty much for certain we're going to put that in the original AR Flashcards app. We haven't figured out if it can be through in-app purchase or how we're going to do that yet, but yeah, that's what we're working on. We're pretty far along. Probably not this year, but at the beginning of next year is hoping when we'll get that out. But I was also going to throw out there another announcement too. Is I've reached out to a few people, you guys included, about beta testing any future content we have. So anybody on Twitter out there, especially teachers, we really want to hear from you guys. Tweet at us, direct message us, whatever. We'd love to send out some invites for you to help us beta test this, because we want to make sure that not only is it fun and useful in the classroom, that's what we want the most, but also I want to make sure we're not making any errors in our facts and whatever else on there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. That's funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. I'm excited to check that out.
I am too. So just if anybody out there is interested, connect with Heath Mitchell and Mitchlehan Studios. They're looking for beta testers for apps they're working on in future apps. So especially educators, if you're interested, hit them up on Twitter or throw them their contact information, which we'll give you later in the show.
Yeah,
Awesome.
we will put all of this contact information once we're done onto our blog post about the show as well, so you can find it there as well.
So hey, Heath, those markers were awesome. Those triggers.
Those look sweet.
Seriously, those are sweet. So you guys, it's cool because you've kind of really got a visual brand now. I mean, you're becoming like the flashcard guys, you know. So like, obviously, that's something we can all identify with. And it's like, okay, all right, Mitchlehan, they're the flashcards. You know, they got the flashcards, they got the animals, they got the space. Now we're doing shapes and colors. And it's kind of cool because also with that, you're getting that visual brand, you know, like we're getting Augie and we're seeing the monkey, and like we're getting to where we can recognize your targets and your triggers. And I think that's great. That's a testament to what you guys are doing. And
absolutely.
We continue to wish you the best of luck and everything on the way. And of course, we want to support you as much as we can as you go along. So this is great. We appreciate you doing all this on the show with us. So
thank you very much for letting me do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, our pleasure. We love AR. You know that. We're a bunch of nuts. I'll never forget the first time that I think you DM'd me the link for Space. The night that it came out, it was like literally 10:30 at night. I'm like, really? 10:30 at night? I'm not going to bed for like 2 hours now. I instantly downloaded the app and printed off the flashcards and just kept playing with them. I must play with Jupiter for like 10 minutes. But, and then I go. I don't think it was so late. I don't know if I even texted you, Brad, or whatever, but I came in your room the next morning, and that's when I had them all.
Yeah.
Hadn't even cut them out yet.
And the funny thing is, I hadn't even seen the markers yet. And Drew's like, "Did you print them out yet?" I'm like, "Dude, I haven't even seen them." It's like, here they are. And he's like, boom. He's in my room. I don't even know if I'd taken my coat off yet to get my room ready. It's like Drew gets here like an hour before me. He's there. He's
over an hour.
He's doing everything. So he greeted me at my room basically with your flashcards. So that was awesome. So a testament to the power of those, which was really cool. So. And
what was cool, we kind of did different that time was I put up the link to the cards like several days before Apple approved the app.
That was a good idea.
People were like, "I've got it downloaded. I'm ready to go."
That
was really cool.
I like
it. It was fun too.
All right, I've got to ask you something because the texting won't stop. All right, so Heath, how close are we to getting an augmented reality 3D holodeck? Okay.
Oh man, have you guys seen the Oculus Rift?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we have.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's obviously the first step towards that, man. That thing, I want it. I want it now.
Absolutely.
Oculus Rift is sweet, and hopefully within the next month and a half, we'll have structure sensor to kind of play with,
Yeah.
which they have. People have connected structure sensor with Oculus Rift,
Wow.
and it just. Ugh.
Yeah, we're living in an exciting time, guys.
Oh,
yes, we are.
Said it. I mean, we got the live demo of Structure Sensor the other day, and there's a company locally here that is using Oculus Rift, and I think Drew doesn't he have his whole house set up with an Oculus Rift?
I've heard that. I have heard that.
We're supposed to get a tour at some point and check their studio out and everything, but you're right. I mean, our friends down at GeoMedia down in San Antonio, Oculus Rift, doing a lot of cool things as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremy over there. But okay, we could go on and on and on. So Drew, real quick, what's the latest with you in augmented reality in your classroom, ed tech? What's something you're kind of working on or doing or looking forward to?
Friday afternoons is one of our main periods of time where we can really block in some tech time. So I just kind of let them loose the other day, and it was kind of fun. They started diving in. They wanted to do the World Book Talks like we had with Brad Gustafson not too long ago. So a couple of them were augmenting book covers and doing their own book talks and things like that. And they were into filming each other and things like that. It was really exciting to see that. I got to pull this up because this is a company I contacted because we have a garden at our school.
Yeah.
And I saw this company tweet this link out about augmenting a garden. So I was like, so let's check it out. And I've got to find the app somewhere here. And this is not out yet. It's just called Prelim right now. and it's pretty sweet. There's no trigger. It kind of just places the plant, and then you can like increase the size and the way it grows by increasing like the time frame of like how old it is.
Oh, that's
Things
cool.
like that. So yeah, my kids were eating it up, just wanting to play with it, you know. And like you'd put it in space, and then they'd go pose by it and act like they were planting plants in the classroom and things like that. They were just eating it up.
You got to send me that. Hey, are they on the class iPads?
I know they are not.
All right. Let's try to get those on there. That'd be fun to, you know, I'm getting ready to put a hydroponic plant in my room, you know, as part of my my program this year. So it'd be fun to drop some plants in there, some augmented plants in the pots real quick before I get started.
Absolutely. If I can find the pictures, I'll show them before we get started. Here we go. Here's one kind of. As you can see, we dropped the plant in my room by the TV, and the kids are hiding behind it, and they think it's hilarious. So it's pretty cool. You just, you know, you select a certain spot, you can pick the plant, you know, it has trees, shrubs, perennials, annuals, grasses, and then you can like take pictures of it inside the app and stuff like that. It was fun.
Awesome. Well, I have a few things real quick. You know, as people probably guessed, Drew and I are doing augmented reality in our classroom as much as possible, and we're truly trying to integrate it into our curriculum. You know, one of our big things about iPads and technology is integrating into the curriculum, not standalone devices and things like that. So that brings into two things. One thing that happened this week, yesterday, an article was published through eSchool News, which that was something I wrote, which thank you, I was really pleased about that. The reason why I bring it up, it was integrating creative writing. It's something Drew and I had already done in our classroom, and Drew had written a post on it using an augmented reality app, Color AR Mix, to do creative writing. So that came out on eSchool News yesterday, and it was kind of cool. I discovered it was being published because I went to Zeit that morning and saw that it was a story on Zeit, which was a pretty cool way to find out an article had been published, to see it on Zeit. So, so that was, and thank you, Drew, for sharing that. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. It's a great job. We love spreading the word and getting it out there. You know that.
Absolutely. And then the other cool thing was, we had a visitor on Friday in my classroom, but it might have well been mine and Drew's, because Drew happened to walk by. We had a visitor, someone from our school district recommended this tech director from their school, not even in our district, to come visit us. Someone said, we're the guys that she should see. Drew happened to walk by, and she just got there. We gave her a dose of AR. I mean, her head was spinning before school even started. It was, I got to tell you how much I enjoyed watching you get started with her, because I kind of welcomed her, and then I kind of filled Drew in on what she was there for. Oh, Drew just got, I mean, it was great. I kind of took about 5 feet back, Heath, and I just started watching, and Drew was just target. Oh, you got to see this, target. It was actually,
it's so fun to show it to somebody who's not seen it yet. Someone who really doesn't have a clue of what it is. It is so fun to just blow their mind with AR.
Yeah, it was really cool, because you know, Drew had already been to school for an hour, so his room was ready. You know, I just got there, so I guess it shouldn't surprise me, but it was just great, because she did not know what hit her. She finally had to slow down and start taking notes in her notebook, and was just like, and I think she said, "All right, I'm definitely going to have to come back and visit you guys again." And she even stayed for another 3 hours, because she stayed until lunchtime. So we got to show her a lot of cool stuff. But that was really neat, having her come in and watch Drew just go to town and enjoy it. So that was fun. Let's see. I guess. Oh, the last thing is, Drew, you shared this with me on text today. This video, video about the magician, kind of. Talk a little bit about that real quick. This is really cool.
I honestly don't even know what to say about this. It's a TED Talk. The guy's name is Marco something. I'm trying to find the link in our text messages now. But it literally blew my mind. This guy uses one trigger, and all of a sudden it is crazy cool stuff. It is Marco, starts with a T. But I'm going to tweet out the link here in a minute. You guys got to check out this AR demo, because it will literally blow your mind. It's talking about augmented reality and the use of, it's kind of like magic and telling a story.
It It was really well done because one of the things we believe in is it's a great way to share a story, and this was actually done last year if I'm not mistaken. It's a year old. Am I right, Drew? Wasn't it 2012?
I'm not sure. I saw an augmented reality company tweeted out today saying, that they're
Maybe it was.
blowing their minds, and it blew my mind.
Well, it was awesome. I was in Target, and you sent that around, so I actually opened it up, and I was actually walking around. I actually didn't go to the checkout because I wanted to finish watching it, so I kind of sat to the side watching it on my phone, and of course, a couple of people walked by, but I just wanted to see it, and it really was pretty impressive. So yeah, if you can tweet that out at some point when you find it, it's a great experience, and it's a great way to see the power. We love sharing this so people can understand, some of the ways it can be used. That's part of our AR Detroit meetings. We talk about augmented reality and uses not only in education but in all different facets of industry and the world, and to enhance an end user's experience, whatever that might be. It might be, a child in Malaysia. It might be an industry worker in Japan. It might be, who knows, somebody in any industry somewhere. So yeah, so that was cool. So please share that when you can find it. All right. Well, all right. So Heath started with that. All right. So Heath, this is the part where we talk about different ed tech conferences. And I know when we talked on the phone a while ago, you're like, we don't really go to too many. So what do you have any plans or desires on places you'd like to go or people you'd like to get in front of, whether it's an ed tech conference or anything like that?
I've actually never been to an ed tech conference, and we've looked into. You were telling me about ISTE and how amazing that is.
Yep.
And, we looked at it from an exhibition standpoint. And it's a little expensive.
Yeah.
You just come hang out with us.
Yeah, that's what he said. So
no, that's what I said. Absolutely.
Yeah,
don't just come. Yeah. I mean, so yeah, we'll talk about that more.
Yeah.
But your stuff.
I mean, I really want to do that. I do. I mean, Dave and I have talked about it. We'd love to go out there and just meet with people and talk to people and hang out. I think it'd be awesome.
Well,
it'd be good just for you guys to meet other different educational startup companies.
Yeah.
I think that'd just be cool from that experience. But just to bring your guys' stuff and introduce it to a lot of educators who aren't familiar with AR.
The only other conference we've done is not an educational one, although we did represent education. We had here in St. Louis, I think it was a couple months ago, beginning of October. It was called Startup Connection.
Yep.
And it was 60 startups in St. Louis, and we represented. There was like 5 educational startups. And we got to, demo our stuff there, and that was really cool. It was a lot of fun meeting with all those people. So, yeah, I really want to get into that conference circle and hang out with you guys.
Well, you know what? We're going to give you an official invitation. Not that you need one from us, but you know what? It's next summer in Atlanta. Put that on your radar. Talk with your other colleagues.
Yeah.
See about going out there. Seriously, there's so many thousands of people. Even not having a booth, just going to the Bloggers Cafe, going to some of the events. The evening events are great. They're great social mixers and stuff like that where you can meet people and stuff. And your stuff is good to where, you can just pop, just show it and share it, and you get a lot of interest. So just keep that on your radar. It'd probably be a really good place for you guys to go and join us. It'd be great.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
Speaking of, this is an EdTech conference coming up, but, we're pretty excited. Why don't you fill people in with what we're doing tomorrow, Brad?
Well, if you've been following some of our tweets, we've put it out there a few times. We've been doing more of a countdown. We got some exciting news a couple weeks ago. We have been invited to go to the White House, and we're traveling to Washington, D.C. tomorrow. As part of the Champions of Change in Education, we've been invited to attend this event. One of our great friends, Todd, at Tech Ninja Todd, won the Presidential Award. He's one of 10 who won the Champions of Change Award, and he will be personally honored by, supposedly, the president will be there unless his plans get changed, but he is scheduled to be there, and we have been invited, and we will be there in attendance. There's only going to be 50 of us there, and we've got all our itineraries today, and we've got all our information, and so tomorrow after work, Drew and I are going to be flying out. By the way, Drew, I was meant to talk to you about this before pre-show. Do we need to go straight to the airport, or can we drop my van off at the house?
Dude, look, see what I gotta deal with, everybody? Does everybody see this? He sees me, he's like, you're driving, right? I'm like, I guess. You know?
Well, I just need to know, do I need to get a ride to work in the morning, or we have time to drop my van off the house?
It would be much easier if you got a ride to work in the morning.
Okay, so there we go. All right, so yes, I will do that. Yes, so we are going to Washington, D.C. tomorrow, and we will be at the White House all day on Thursday. So at 9:30 we have a private tour of the White House, and then Drew, why don't you talk about the event in the afternoon, when it is, and what little we know of it?
We know little. That is probably a pretty accurate way to put it. But it's from 2 to 4, which we're pretty excited about. We're the 10 winners, the classroom champions, will be recognized. They'll go in 2 groups of 5, panel discussion, and it's just exciting. I don't know how much we're supposed to talk about it, but
right.
You know, it's going to be a great event. Just to be able to go and support our friend, honestly, Todd is
he's so deserving.
About, you know,
he's so deserving. He's done a lot of amazing things. And it will be streamed live through the White House link. We'll try to share that when we can. We just got all that information today. Something I thought was pretty cool, Drew, is getting that graphic of the White House and where all the rooms, you know, not all the rooms, but where we're going to be and where the event is and stuff like that. My son goes, do you think they left anything off? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure they left a lot of places on the White House off on that map. So,
right? No, we're excited for it. That's for sure.
Absolutely. So, all right. Well, hey, why don't we move on to we got a couple more things. So, why don't we do our Twitter shout-outs, where we use this. So, this is our segment where we're gonna, shout out some people in Twitter, people that are doing some really cool stuff, and people we want to talk about, and we'll give you their Twitter handles so you can check them out. So I usually go last, so I don't know if Heath, if you want to go first or if you want to go behind Drew, whatever you're more comfortable with.
I'll go last.
Yes, that was awesome.
That was pretty good. You know what? It seems like
what? I'll go second. Brad, why don't you lead us off?
Hey, all right. You know what? That's fine.
I don't ever go first for anything.
So I'll go first, and Drew, I'm going to steal all 3 of yours and add my 3 just to show you.
You know what the funny thing is? He has no idea. No clue who I'm shouting out.
That's so true, because I asked him before the show. He goes, "Don't worry, it's they're not on your list." I'm like, "Really? I've got a big list." But anyways,
you can only have 3.
I know. Always want to shout out people who are watching the show. You know, Paul out there. You know, Wagner, he's a great friend of the show.
He's an awesome friend of the show, absolutely.
Awesome, always every week out there. Terry's always up there popping up. Carrie Campbell's joined us tonight, but so it looks like let's see, Ryan Beckman. I hope I said that right. Squash Smasher has joined us tonight.
First time watching the show, and he's from St. Louis, Heath.
From St. Louis, look at that.
All right, represent.
So Ryan representing with Heath. So here are some of the shout-outs. I'm going to give a shout-out. Walter Duncan, at 4_teachers. He's the creator of the Quick Key app. We had him on a while ago. He's been doing some cool stuff. He's been popping in and out. We've been exchanging some Twitter stuff for the last week or so, and I see he's really active tonight. Another good friend of the show. And then, John Martin. Drew, you know John Martin.
Met him at Podstock.
Yeah, absolutely, Podstock. This guy is got a lot of really cool knowledge. He's out on the East Coast. His Twitter handle is @edventures. @edventures. He calls himself an edu-imagineer, which I think is really cool.
He's another really passionate guy.
Passionate. And the thing I remember the most from Podstock is, remember we sat in on a session of his. He was talking about use of badges in learning, and he's very well informed and educated on badges in the education field. So he's a good follow. So shout out to our friend John Martin. I guess that might be it. I do want to shout out ESDEC. Just all our friends in the ESDEC family. Ginger, Kevin, Cody, Tamra, Mike, everybody out there, Steve. So just shout out to ESDEC, one of our favorite family members, and out there in Kansas doing great things for everybody out there. So there you go. So first, I don't even know how to go first because I can't. I'm used to.
Yeah, that was good, Brad. Your three shout outs turned into 45, but it was good. You were just trying to throw out names, hoping that you'd take mine.
I got.
I mean, let's be honest here.
Okay, maybe no. All right, so. All right, so Drew, this is awkward for me. I was trying to wrap it up and move on, but now I just got to sit here and listen. I'm not used to that. All right, go on,
Yep.
Drew.
Just sit there. You know what? Just mute your mic. Just sit back, relax.
All right, go on.
I've got 4.
All
So I'm
right.
gonna bend the rules a little bit here, Brad. Adam Hartley, who's an assistant superintendent up in Swartz Creek. Big shout out to him. We got in Brad and I both went back and forth with him this past week, and hopefully we can chat soon about getting up to Swartz Creek and showing some AR up there. I had the great pleasure to have a phone call tonight with Social Moms founder Megan Calhoun, who's just doing amazing things, that's for sure, with parents and moms mainly who are passionate in using social media. You got to check out Social Moms. They have literally everything on their website. I mean, I think she almost has 500,000 followers. I mean, it's just crazy. It was real great to talk with her, and I look forward to talking to her again soon, and possibly doing something together. So that's pretty exciting. Another shout out is Amy Mascot, who a lot of people, she's kind of involved with Social Moms a little bit and does things with them. She's a great educational blogger. You got to check her out. And then at PlayEye, and thank you to our guest last week, Don Wettrick, for putting this on Facebook. Brad missed it because he's not on Facebook. But they have these robots that you can literally, Brad, you're going to die when you see these things. There's 2 different robots, and you, with your iPad, you can program them to do different things, like play music, I mean, just do everyday activities. And different ages can create different codes, and it gets harder and harder to teach coding. It is awesome. And I'm pumped. I have a phone call with them tomorrow at lunch. So excited about that.
Wow, Drew. I guess I know how it feels not to get the show notes anymore.
How much of that did you know about, Brad?
Holy cow, I didn't know of any of it. I just saw you like 3 hours ago. My God, the things you do in that amount of time.
I was busy after work.
Holy cow, I went to Losser and I went to a parent-teacher conference. I came home, oh my God, jeez, that's awesome, dude. That's great. I love it. Congrats and kudos, and just keep me posted as you do more of that cool stuff. So, all right, so Heath, so you're in the enviable position of wrapping this up. You're pulling the anchor right here. So,
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I just needed more time to stall to find out. No, just kidding. I'd like to shout out, I think I'm going to say all these names wrong, I'm sure, but
That's all right.
Kevin Harville, he's the editor-in-chief of STL Tech Talk here in St. Louis. It's a website for all things mobile devices and all that stuff, but he likes to showcase, local St. Louis companies, startups, so he's an awesome guy. They also have a podcast, too, that I had the pleasure of being on a few weeks ago, and they're pretty cool.
Very cool.
Also, where are they? Kelly, there we are. Kelly Rexine and Jeremy Hokup. I don't know if you guys hooked up with them on Twitter before, but they're Guys and Ties. They have a podcast also.
Guys,
it always confuses me because I'm like, oh, 2 guys and ties. It confuses me. But they're from North Dakota, and they have an awesome podcast, awesome website. It's called EduTech that they're always writing for on there, and they've been invaluable with feedback as well as you guys have. For AR flashcards and all things EduTech. So, yeah, those are my shout-outs.
Awesome.
Excellent. Okay, now Brad's favorite part of the show. We're going to go into our...
Go ahead. Start.
I am. I'm going to lead it off here tonight. We're going to get into the playlist tonight.
I'm putting out a tweet right now that I want to finish before I say this because I can't believe it.
We
are going to go ahead and the playlist. So, Heath, why don't you go ahead, or do you want to...
I can go. All
right.
Only because I was saying earlier, I've had so much anxiety about this part of the show. We're talking playlists, right?
Let me tell you, everybody has anxiety about this. This is like the most. I have anxiety about this every week, and I'm on this show.
It's the best. It's the best part, man. When we got to create this show, I put that in as like our anchor segment. I love it. It's my favorite.
Like Brad, this part is stupid. He's like, it's my favorite part.
Well. In my younger days, nothing was more important to me than music. But since I've had 3 kids now, music is hard for me to listen to. I can't even get to it. I don't even know when I can. I was telling Brad before the show that as soon as I get into the car, I want it to be quiet. I need silence. We have 2 9-month-old twin girls, and we're still trying to recover from that sleep and
Congratulations, by the way. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Very
And if
cool.
you follow me on Instagram, you'll see a lot of cool pictures.
Yep. Recommend follow right there. A lot of cool stuff from both you and your wife. Sippy
Yes.
Cup. Nice.
I should have shouted her out for Twitter. Oops.
I did. You heard that. I
Thank
get
you.
credit. I get credit. Last week I shouted out Don's wife. This week I shout out your wife. So kudos to Sippy Cup, Mom. I'm shouted out right there. There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm gonna have to cop out and tell you that I don't listen to much music, but unless it's kids' music. So we watch TV. That's what we do. We get the kids to bed. By about 8:30, we're watching TV. And our top 3 news shows, I'll give you that.
There you go. Awesome. New segment.
New shows of the fall that we actually enjoy is Sleepy Hollow is one. It's on Fox. It has a interesting spin on the Sleepy Hollow story. I think it's pretty entertaining.
Right.
For comedy, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, that looks funny.
It is hilarious. It's kind of, I would describe it as like The Office, like in a police station.
Right.
But the characters on there, yeah, it's hilarious. It's got Andy Samberg. He's from Lonely Island, Saturday Night Live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you've seen all his videos.
Yes.
But it's hilarious. And then my third show really isn't a new show, but it's everybody's gonna think I'm morbid now, I guess. But American Horror Story Coven is the new American Horror Story of the season. It's about witches. It's been very fun to watch. So obviously that's when the kids go to bed, not while they're awake.
Of course.
But that's my cop out.
All right, I've got a show you got to watch then. I just started watching it and I'm absolutely hooked on Blacklist.
Oh, so yeah, my mother-in-law was telling me about that. So I've been trying to find all the repeat viewings I can and record it. So
yeah, I'll tell you what, our demand it sucks because we can only go back to episode 4, and I go on NBC's website. They don't have the first few episodes where you can watch them for free, but
I guess iTunes, you're gonna have to iTunes.
I don't know, but Blacklist is phenomenal.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I'm about to check it out. Yes,
absolutely. All right, so we've moved officially. We have moved to TV shows.
I just wrote down new segment. What are you watching? Apparently, so
nice.
Sorry.
We've had AR Ambush, we've had Drew Loves Pokemon, and we've had new TV show segments. So hey,
we have Brad is old. Okay, and we're moving on to the next segment of where I do my songs.
There we go. All right, Drew. So what's on your playlist? You did really good the last couple weeks, actually. You have.
I'm gonna go back to my roots a little bit here because I bought another album today.
Nice.
Brad, you'll be impressed, and with a recommendation from Ninja Todd.
Yeah?
The new Daughtry CD, Baptized.
Yeah?
Mainly one song on there. Brad, I think you'd really like it. It's called Waiting for Superman. That song is awesome.
Is it cool?
Yeah, it's real good. Highly recommend that. And Passenger. I bought this album on our way to Podstock this summer.
I remember.
Yep, and we listened to Passenger quite a bit, so definitely check out that album as well. Those are my 2.
All right. Well, since you did 2, I have 4, so that evens out to 6. But you know what? Here's the thing. It's like, you know what? I go back and forth on this. It's like, what's on your playlist or what's a new song you like? So, I know I repeat some stuff, and I'm just going to give a little bit of repeat, but I'm really excited about this new song, the new song I want to share, so I'll do that last. But, all right, so when I'm just like sitting in the car and I'm cranking and listening to good music, like even today, what else is to is All Night by Iconopop, Counting Stars, One Republic, Demons, Imagine Dragons. Just 3 songs I listen to a lot. Still, like even Cheryl Lloyd, I Wish. But now, here's the song I've been hearing for a couple weeks on satellite. I downloaded it. I played it many times while I was on the roof working on Christmas lights last weekend. It is called Skywalker by Project Dirty. Love this song. You got to check it out. Where is Craig tonight? Seriously? Is he working late? I haven't seen him. I mean, really, usually by now, he's already got the videos that I've already talked about. He's like, oh, here's the latest from Brad. Yeah, check it out. He thinks he's 14 or whatever he says, but, so anyway, so Skywalker by Project Dirty. It's a really cool song, so check it out. I really enjoy it. So anyway, so now I'm totally thrown from going last in the or first in the shout-outs and our new segment about what's on TV these days. At least it wasn't the Jim Lehrer News Hour, so that's good.
No.
So anyway, well, any parting words before we wrap up with contact information and everything else from the show? Heath, anything that we may have missed talking to you about, or something you just thought about you want to share before we start wrapping things up?
Just that, hey, I'm on Twitter and I love, talking to everybody. I search for AR flashcards. Anybody that says I downloaded, I try and talk to them and ask them what they think. So we really are, genuinely excited about people's feedback, and that's it. Yeah, talk to me.
Awesome. Yes, definitely reach out to them. Definitely check out AR flashcards, the original, and Space. Definitely be checking out Space as well, because in Jupiter, definitely check that one out, because it is my favorite, hands down.
Absolutely.
No question.
So Heath, why don't you give everybody your contact information real quick? Give us a little 60-second again of who you are, your contact information, your company's name, and all that.
Sure. So Heath Mitchell, CEO of Mitchlehan Media. You can Twitter me or tweet me at Mitchlehan. You could let's see, on Google Plus I'm Plus Heath now.
Yeah.
Facebook you got /Mitchlehan as well.
Yeah, I would know about that.
Oh, sorry.
Guys, what?
What else? Oh, Instagram I'm Heath LM for my personal, and Mitchlehan for the Mitchlehan stuff. It's kind of gets mixed between, but anyway.
Yeah, I follow both of them.
And then also, sometimes Dave Instagrams from that account too. So his is the more artistic stuff. And then last thing, contact at Mitchlehan if you want to drop us a line.
Awesome.
Awesome. All right, Drew.
Well, thank you, everybody, so much for joining us tonight on the Two Guys Show. From EdReach, always giving educators a big voice. You can also check us out on Stitcher, where you can go over there and download our recent episodes. And always on iTunes. Always check us out, leave feedback. Check us out on our blog, twoguysandsomeIPads.com. If you're interested in bringing us out or talking to us about PD or keynotes or anything like that for conferences, please get a hold of us. The links are on our page to get a hold of us, or you can get a hold of us on Twitter, of course. It's a great way. But thank you, everyone who hung in there tonight and viewed the show with us. And thank you, Heath, for sharing your new upcoming app with us. That's exciting.
Thank you for having me on.
Just another great show.
Awesome. Yep. So thank you, Heath, for joining us. I am Brad Wade. You can find me on Twitter at TechBradWade. You can get me on email, techbradwade@gmail.com. You can check us out on twoguyssomeIPads.com. We keep climbing, 130,000 visitors, I think was one of our last milestones. So keep.
We went over 140 the other day.
Went over 140. Awesome. That's great. So we really appreciate everybody sharing information, things that we have to share with others, and sharing your stories with us. We like sharing that out with everybody. So continue to connect with us and share information. We love chatting with you on Twitter, email, and going through the blog. You can follow us on Instagram. We're twoguyssomeIPads.com. And I guess that's about it.
Just a reminder, we are very, very close to funding the project for Chris to get Google Glass and to change his life. So please head on over there. The link is on our blog. It's right on the front page. I think we're only like $400 away from getting it funded. So the quicker we can get this thing funded, the quicker that his life could be changed.
And
forever,
let's make an impact on this person's life. It's a great family. It's one of the things he can do. He can use his his vision, and he can remember what it's like to take pictures of things and get that experience again. Let's help make this happen. Let's use the power of our connections and the power of social media. Let's show what the power of our reach is. Get to everybody. Let's get as much as we can. Let's make this happen and really change the life of someone today. And we will keep you posted. Hopefully next week we can do the show and we can fill you in on it. So please reach out through us. Use the information. Support that cause. We'd really appreciate it. So thank you for joining us on the Two Guys Show. Heath, thank you for joining us. We wish you much success, and we will be in touch with you as well throughout, and we will be supporting you all along. Drew, as always, great show. Enjoy working with you at work and at the show. You make my my profession much better, so thank you. I enjoy it.
Thank you. It's a pleasure every day, that's for sure. We have fun.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, everyone. We are signing out. Stay connected, our friends, and we will see you later.
See ya.